Welcome, Solange Domaye. You are the founder and CEO of Symfonio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and for the opportunity to share my many struggles and few successes.
So you founded your company. Could you share a little bit about your personal story there, your personal drive and purpose, how you came to setting up your company?
Well, I think it is since my study or since I started my professional career here in the Netherlands, I looked around and I was like, hey, I want to give back. And so after I work in corporate life or corporate career, I decided to step out and to create a consultancy company. And with the consultancy company, I was connecting businesses. I was organizing trade missions, bringing Dutch companies or companies from Benelux with the purpose of connecting them with, likewise companies or opportunities from Africa. In 2017, I rediscovered a grain that is called fonio, and I was like, the whole world should know about it. How come it is a forgotten grain and nobody knows about it and nobody's eating it, while we still talk about food shortage in Africa? In Africa, it doesn't matter where you live. You can live in a beautiful house. You can live on the street house. Doesn't matter. You will meet hunger on your way to work, on your way to school. You will see it. So seeing all those, my mission has always been to do something with that, to help, to create small businesses, to help people make the best of the opportunity they have there. That's why I was organizing those missions by bringing people there and also bringing them here so they can connect and they can connect the both opportunities and produce something. So when I discovered fonio, I was like, this is it. This is something I can use at least to address the hunger issue. Fonio has the potential to feed Africa, to feed the world. If we can kick out rice, because rice is bad. Many people, millions of people rely on rice, but if we can diminish rice and use fonio, that will be perfect.
So how did you discover it then? Because you said you discovered it, but how did that go?
During one of those missions I'm organizing, I came with a delegation of agripreneurs here visiting a big Dutch company that also trade all over the world. They import food, organic food from all over the world, and they distribute it also all over the world. And so we want to visit them, and one of the employees there said, hey, are you guys familiar with fonio? Because he sees that we come from Africa, we come from the Sahel, so are you familiar with that? And then I could recall, of course, I was eating it when I was young. My mom used to cook that for us. She would make porridge with it, with milk, with peanut, and that would constitute like a whole meal. If you have fonio as a grain with all those vitamins and gluten-free fiber, and then you add peanut and you add milk, you have a complete meal that is nutritional and wise, perfect.
And affordable.
Exactly, affordable.
Yeah.
And you don't need much of it. So it was like a perfect meal. So in 2017, I was like, hey, but fonio has a low glycemic index, which is for people with diabetes. It's like the perfect grain to eat because it doesn't mess up with your sugar level, blood sugar.
So many benefits.
So many benefits.
Yeah.
And
then you set up Symfonio, your company.
Yes.
So what is the mission of your company?
So the mission of my company, Symfonio, is to create food security, first of all, for the small farmers, for the local people, for the Sahel, for where I come from, where I see hunger, where, instead of them producing coffee in Africa, which, I love coffee, but if we don't buy their coffee, they have used their land, which they cannot grow something else on it, and they don't drink coffee. They stay with the coffee and they're hungry.
you not only provide for food security, but you also do it in a regenerative way.
Exactly. Fonio is regenerative.
Yeah.
We are doing it because it helps also fighting the desertification. And so by producing fonio, they will have money, they will have food, they will, that's what you need. You need like a circular. You cannot develop, you cannot raise poverty by just giving.
So this is, I mean, a beautiful mission and a beautiful product. I mean, all the right things. So how do you scale that? How do you bring people on this journey and on this mission?
I decided to go for it. I was like, okay, convinced that's what I should be doing. And so, of course, I needed to gather people around me to have finance resources, and so I tapped it into my network, and with the aim to produce fonio and to sell it here and in Europe, because we are all creatures of habits. If we have been, I don't know, you drinking coffee every day, unless you have a serious problem, you will not just change. It's the same here, and even in Africa, it's the same. I could tell them, go eat fonio, they will go like, why would I eat fonio? I'm eating rice. Even if they want, it's a habit. To change habit, you need to make something popular, you need to make it, And so the farmer is the same. They have been producing all those crops. So it is a challenge to bring them to produce fonio. And so we are creating this market for them by exporting, so that they can see, hey, if I produce fonio, I can earn much more money, I can regenerate my land, my life will only become better. And plus we are producing organic fonio, so it has some some demands that not everybody is willing to comply with.
So in terms of challenges, it is the mindset change and the education around that. It is setting up a new ecosystem. It's bringing the business case. Those are the main challenges. So how do you, big challenges. How do you get the support to overcome those?
The most important for me is to be able to keep the enthusiasm from the start and navigating through those challenges. But I know that it is a new product and it takes time. And that's why we are communicating a lot around. I just flew back from Dakar. We went on the ground with the Dutch TV crew to shoot there, all with the aim to educate people about the opportunity, about the possibility of a new grain, of integrating a new food that is better for the people, better for the planet, better for yourself, for your health. Fonio story is contagious.
Yeah.
When you say it, everybody's willing to help.
I love to try it. It sounds amazing. Yeah.
So that's also what gives me energy and keep me going. And I will tell it as many times as I can to everybody that is willing to listen.
So could you maybe zoom into one example where you had like to convince a farmer, or to convince someone, and you use all your tactics to kind of overcome that struggle you faced?
So with the producer, for instance, I work with cooperatives of women, and then they have their lands, they produce and they collect it, they process it, and so on. But the men, the husband of those women, they like, we are not producing fonio. It is not interesting enough. It is small. And so the women will go to work first. They will go to their husband's land, like a family land. They will work there. And then when they finish, they will go to the fonio land, and then they will do maintenance work on their land. And so I went there to sit down with the husbands and talk to them and explain the mission, and also, tell them why it is important for them to back up the women and to at least, consider it. And now it is working. Now we have more and more farmers coming to us saying, hey, we want to produce for you. So that's such a cases. And also here, our fonio has been lying in the supermarket for ages, at least 1.5 years at Eco Plaza shelves. And so after a few more time, we went through the numbers and like, hey, what's happening? They're like, oh, I sold one packet like last month and nothing is happening. I said, okay, I will come to your shop and I will make I will do tasting, but I want you to order like 10 boxes of fonio, and then I will do the testing. People will buy your fonio. And I sold one. I'm not I'm not ordering more. I was like, okay, I'm coming anyway. So I went there to the shop, and so people will come, and by just tasting the fonio, they will just buy it. Oh, I want to bake for my sister or for my auntie and now for my wife. Within a few hours, the whole stock was sold out.
Amazing. So it needed some education, awareness, marketing to tell the story, basically.
Yeah, tell the story. Yeah.
Why should everyone know about fonio?
Everyone should know about fonio because fonio is a regenerative crop that has many benefits, but I'm going to sum only 3. It is good for the planet because it regenerates the soil. It has long roots which go deep on the ground, and it makes the ground fertile, or the soil fertile, and it fights against the desertification. So if you're talking about climate change, it's going to get drier and drier, and fonio is going to help us doing that. Fonio is going to bring the water on the ground and keep it there and make food, produce food where there's no food. And fonio grows in only 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, you can harvest and process and eat. What do you need more? That is in terms of sustainability. Fonio is, is healthier because it has a low glycemic index, which means if you eat, you don't have like a high sugar rush and then you fall and then you want to eat more and eat more. No, it has low glycemic index. It has fiber, which keeps you satisfied for a longer period of time. It is packed with vitamin and minerals and vitamin Bs and iron and zinc and so on. And it is tasty, it is delicious. You can make any dish with it. You can use it for breakfast, as porridge, as salad. You can eat it as side dish. With what fonio you can, with just fonio, you don't need to eat any other grains, which are not healthy. and fonio is good for the people. You know, the farmers that produce fonio, they just make a better living out of it. Instead of producing rice or maize of cotton for our clothes, you know, who need to buy more clothes? So fonio is good for people, good for the planet, good for your health. Everything that you need is regenerative is fonio.
Amazing. I'm in. So if you want to share one message with B for Good Leaders movement, what would that be?
I will say that we need to walk the talk, of talk to walk, you know. We don't just talk, we have to take actions. I know that big corporate companies, they have all the documents ready, you know, made up by lawyers that have all the right words, everything is made and here they can show you, but take action. Just do it also, implement it. And listen to the people. Of course, we need to be profitable, otherwise you don't exist. That's for sure. But don't over profit. You know, and we have to include everybody. That's mean from a smaller to the bigger company, we have to work together. And I think the most important for me is like listen, do what people want. I mean, it's not like you have your corporate social responsibility things all figured out, and then you just go, okay, I'm going to do this for you. No, ask asking people what do they need. Even if you produce something, what do you need? We are all together in this, and so it is not only about. It is about all of.
And in terms of walking the talk, I mean, we just had a short conversation. You want to become a B Corp. You're already practicing B Corp.
Yes.
Why do you want to become a B Corp?
I want to be B Corp because I want to show it. I want to be, to talk, to walk the talk, to show. Even if we are organic certified, we work with farmers, mainly women. Who knows it? I need to show it, and by being part of B Corp, I can show it.
Yeah, and understand where you maybe can become better and more regenerative.
Exactly.
And be part of the community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least so far I know, all of us, all entrepreneurs, we have our challenges. And if somebody is saying, oh, we just went from 0 to 100 and without having any obstacle on the way, that's not true. The challenges will come. And when they come, just face them head on and always keep the smile.
And you already worked with many farmers. Can you share an experience where you saw how the solution changed their life and what it did to you and to them?
Last time when I was there at the factory, I was visiting with the producer. She speaks French, and we were talking. And I was about to leave. And a woman that was washing the fonio, she stood up, she came to me, and she like, yeah, I want to say something to you. And I'm from Chad, so I don't speak like local language in Burkina Faso. Our factory is in Burkina Faso. And she was talking to me. She was talking to me in local language, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. And she asked for the translation, but before the translation came, she was looking at me right into the eyes. She was talking in their language. And I saw both of us, we become so emotional. We had tears in our eyes. And so even now, when I'm thinking back. So basically, she was saying that she's so grateful for what I'm doing for them, because thanks to the work they have now at the factory, and her life has changed so much. She was able to send kids to the school because her husband left her with 5 kids, and so on and so on. And I was like, okay.
I get tears in my eyes.
Yes. I was like, okay, that's, I will, if you wake me up, you say, go talk about, go fonio, I will go back, I will go to sleep with fonio, I will stand up with, so many things. It's so great.